What's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I've been busy, and on a Victory Monday, I've been busy as a one-arm paper hanger, and working on this place. Got all the drywall hung, lots of crazy angles and stuff, as you can see in here and stuff, but I'll tape it up tomorrow and probably get the tile and start doing tile work. But you're not here for this. So I'm sitting here thinking today, which is always dangerous. The thing that was good about Troy Aikman, everybody talks about how Troy Aikman was just an incredible quarterback, and he was. The thing about Troy Aikman is, I wonder how Troy Aikman would be if he didn't have Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper, Jay Novacek, Emmitt Smith, and the Great Wall of Dallas. He would have still been a good quarterback, but we probably would be thinking about him like Andrew Luck, maybe like Trevor Lawrence, because having players make all the difference in the world. And see, this is the difference of last year. Last year, the Cowboys just screwed the pooch. They did. The fact that CeeDee Lamb held out and gets there a week before training camp, a week before the season starts, that slowed his season down. Brandon Cooks, our number 2 wide receiver, well, he had an infection in his knee, didn't play until forever. And when you look at what Javonte Williams is doing, he's getting 50 yards more a game than what we did last year in the running game. And we had a concussion, Ferguson, game 1, and then he was nicked up with a knee injury. So you put all those things together, it's kind of hard to be successful when you don't have those pieces. Herein lies where Dak is this year. Ferguson is back, he's healthy, and he's playing like one of the better tight ends in football. He's not getting major yards per reception, with exception of the touchdown run, but he's picking up valuable yards. If you pick up 5-6 yards a play, it makes it that much easier to go ahead and score. Now, you guys, we had the triplets, right? I think that we might actually have something that could potentially be better. That we may have quadruplets. Quadruplets? Quadruplets? I don't know. However you say it. 4. When you get CeeDee Lamb back, CeeDee Lamb is definitely like Michael Irvin. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? Right now, Javonte Williams is the number 2 carrier in the NFL, averaging like 5.7 yards a carry. Second leading rusher in the NFL. Isn't that kind of like an Emmitt Smith type season back in the day? Okay, so check that off. You got Dak Prescott, who's playing right now like Troy Aikman. Oh, I don't want to hear it. Stop. You know he is. Because let's put it this way. Here's what's crazy. As you go through and say you're crazy in your head, do you realize that Troy Aikman only had 1 season in his whole career that he had 20 or more TD passes? Yeah. Yes. Dak Prescott's on pace for about 34, 35 this year. Easily. And about 4,000 yards plus. So I don't want to hear the stuff that he's not there. So you got the 3. Well, you got George Pickens. Can we say George Pickens right now, who's got 5 TDs already, is kind of playing like a Michael Irvin? That you got 2 of those guys? Yeah. That offense has been literally that good. And it doesn't seem to matter who comes in and out of the lineup. They're handling their business. And so you got to be excited if you're a Cowboy fan. And before you say it was just the Jets actually had a decent defense. They had a decent defense. So did Green Bay. So did the Eagles. So did the Bears. So I don't want to hear the stuff that, the Cowboys that, we're playing the worst teams in football. That's not the case, bro. That ain't the case. They're playing legitimate teams and holding their own. Now, before, I know all you 40-whiner fans are coming at me because y'all take up the slack for the Eagles. The Eagles, their fans have shown that they're punk bitches. There's nothing else I can say other than that's what they are right now. Because they talk all this shit to me all off season, okay? How they're the greatest team and since sliced bread and everything else. And the first sign of trouble, they don't show up after they've been kicking my teeth in. So I don't want to hear nothing from you Eagle fans right now. Or show up and show that you at least a man instead of a punk bitch. All right, anyway. You got that going on, right? Okay. Whew. The offense is legit, okay? Can we say that Brian Schottenheimer, can we say that Jerry Jones so far has been vindicated as far as the coach, the hire? Now, we still have a lot left to do on defense. I still say there's a lack of talent. But here's the thing the Cowboys need to be looking at is having offensive performance in seasons like we're having right now. They don't come around that often. And you want to take advantage of that shit. You want to take advantage of that. You need to go ahead and look at this and say, yeah, we need a couple more players on this defense. My last video, I was talking about possible trade bait, that maybe Jalen Tolbert is a guy who might be expendable when you start looking at this. And Jonathan Mingo is another one. And as the offensive line starts getting players back, you may look at some of these guys on the offensive line that are backups as guys that you can use to try and see if you can get some more talent here. Maybe you make a swap of Jalen Tolbert for a defensive end, and maybe a late round pick or something. But you've got these pieces that you need to go ahead and look at using to try and get better. But the triplets, you may have something that's even better. All right, good people. I'm feeling pretty good about how this place is going. This is kind of like a tiny home. Let me show you. I got all the drywall hung today in here. It's a Cape Cod house, so it's not real tall, but I got this nice flush mount. See, look, I'm 5'10", and see, I can still get underneath the light fixture. We're gonna have a microwave in here, a refrigerator, small one. This is just like a guest suite. A drop-in 2-burner stove, kitchen sink in there. We got our shower over here, and our vanity will go right there, and our toilet will go there. So it's a single suite, and you got king-size bed that's actually in here. So that's why I haven't been around doing as much content, because I'm trying to get this thing done so that way these people can definitely have a place to stay. All right, good people. I'll see you guys tonight for our live stream. Peace out.